Hello and welcome to another episode of our Resistance playthrough. Now it's time to do another research episode. Now in the last research episode, we have talked about the most important technologies to get our space game going, which is things like getting the operations center and so on. These priorities stay the same. Partially I have reached them at this point, and partially they are still open. Like industrialization of space here needs to finish so that we get the construction module from there at the nanofactory. This is still ongoing, but it will be finished soon. And after these global techs, we more or less have all the conditions available to unlock all these kind of projects for research here in our faction, resistance faction projects. And now the question is, okay, what do we do afterwards on the global scale of research? Because in which direction do we have to go? And I'm going to highlight a few faction projects that we need to go for. And I will also, of course, write everything down in the description of the video with certain priorities on it. And now I want to start with the most important ones that we are now going to aim for and why. The first one is called Operational Security, which is a resistance-specific research. I think, at least. I don't remember seeing that in the other factions. We get 20 mission control flat, so that's like half of what we own currently, for free. And we get 25% of our faction presence in space without inviting Italian retaliation. Okay, what does it mean? It's a bit more complicated now. The thing is that the aliens do not like you when you do some things against them. We see that here in our alien hate bar or alien rating. We are currently at 3 of 5 stars here. When we reach 5 and it turns red, we are at total war and there's no way getting out of there, and they will try to destroy you in any ways possible. We are far away from this still. The thing is, this is dependent on the mission control you have. So the more space presence you have, the less the aliens will like it. And also the more we do against them by taking out the agents, the less they will like us. This tech will increase our threshold before something terrible happens and they go after us by 25%. The value behind this is, I think, 100 on normal difficulty. So you can reach 100 mission control before they do go to total war with you. It's not just 100 mission control because everything you do counts towards this as well. For example, if you take out a ship from them or you take an agent, that will, for example, give you 10 points, which is then equal to 10 mission control, roughly. And this decays slowly again, so after a few years, they will have forgotten that you accidentally ran over one of the agents. But the mission control is a flat one which doesn't disappear as long as you have it. So, with that tech, we can go to 125 mission control, roughly, without inviting revenge or total war by the aliens. And this is something I cannot stress enough now, because first of all, we get 20 mission control, which we can put into more mass bases, and we also get 25% more leeway before the aliens do something. Now this is going to get important now, because we are constrained by mission control, which is holding back our space game here. So this is going to be priority 1 from now on to get this tech. We only have to do militarization of space, which is relatively cheap. So that's going to be next, actually, after probably advanced heat management here. Now, the next one we are aiming for is called Covert Operations. As you notice, there's a lot of operations in here. So Covert Operations will get you the last counselor on your team. That's of course useful because you have more actions to do and you have more stats like control points here, or more orgs with research that you can stack. That's why it's important. But this is gated behind quantum encryption. Quantum encryption is very expensive, and it also has requirements which are very expensive, like quantum computing, self-repairing software, and so on and so on. You notice that advanced heat management concepts is also going in this direction, so of course this is all planned. So that's what we want here. And this is going to be long-term. This will take a while until we reach that. This is also a reason why we want the information modules in Earth orbit for the science, or rather on the Mars bases, depending where we put them. Because of the research towards this science category, we can say here that we do have to do around 50k of that kind of stuff. 5 here, 15 here, 10 here, 22 here. So 50k in total before we reach the conditions for that Covert Operations project. This is very important. It will unlock a lot of nice and useful stuff along the way, so feel free to also do them. What we also want to get is advanced surveys. Where are you? Advanced. I think it's called prospecting. Yes. Advanced prospecting surveys. We are on the way with industrialization of space. We just have to get to the Mobile Spice Science Lab here. That's another tech tree that we have to go through, which is a short one. But then we get 10% more mining flat. This is just useful for having more resources. I always struggle with resources, and you want to make them to make more money, so that's good. Then, from our old priority list, what you can also do with resources is, of course, make science, and therefore we want the research campus. I just want to highlight it again, because this one is behind quantum computing, which leads to quantum encryption. So here you go. This is a path we are taking anyway, and then we get the research campus to make even more science.